Hi, this is Jose from City of Cars. Today I just wanted to do the walk around video for you on that 2023 Corvette C8. So the first thing we're going to do is just kind of walk around the whole vehicle. Seeing that this is less than 1,000 miles, there's not really much to apologize as far as nicks or dents on the vehicle body, as it is pretty much a like new vehicle. But nevertheless, I do like to just kind of focus in. Just kind of show you the condition of the rims. Again, pretty much factory new. Definitely a beautiful car. I believe this is Hypersonic Gray. A really cool interior. You have that Stingray plaque welcoming you into the car every time. Corvette logo etched into the seat. They are perforated seats that are heated and cooled. Let's go ahead and step inside the vehicle. Does have a Bose stereo system. Really nice little welcoming graphics. They kind of welcome you into the car. We'll go ahead and turn it on. You can fully adjust the steering wheel with this little lever here. So it is fully telescoping. The other nice thing is that there is a camera built into the rear view mirror. If you wanted a regular mirror, you just flip that switch and you'll have a regular rear view mirror like you normally would. But obviously on a C8, it's a little hard to see, so the engineers made it really nice that if you slip that, it's just going to be an actual rear view camera. Now, granted, that is not only your only rear view camera. If you go ahead and put the vehicle in reverse, you'll notice that you have your regular backup camera as well, which you do have a couple of different lens angles that you can do, including kind of like a fisheye lens. You can also have a front camera, so you can make sure you're not going to hit your front splitter. You have the side view mirrors as well, have cameras, so really did a good job as far as making sure that you had full visibility. As you just saw, my guy over here just walked behind it. You also do have backup sensors. Go ahead and put it in park. It goes away. The car is Apple CarPlay and Android Auto capable, as well as having its own navigation system built into the infotainment. This vehicle does have a heated steering wheel, heated seats, as well as cooled seats for both the driver and the passenger. Couple cup holders there. You lift this up here. You do have little some connection points. You got a USB-C, a USB, an aux, and an SD slot card there, as well as a wireless charging station right here. The other nice thing about this one, it is a National Corvette Museum delivery, so that is kind of engraved into the car. Also really cool that you can just be in a car and be able to see the engine out the back. Definitely a cool view. This is a T-top, so as you can notice here, if I unlatch this and both of these, you can remove the actual top itself from the vehicle. Actually, let's go ahead and do that so I can show you the operation. So in order to access the rear trunk, you just click that button, and for the front, you have that. That's also going to be found on the key fobs. So if you hit that, that's obviously the front, the back trunk area, remote start, lock, unlock, and panic button. And you do get 2 sets of keys. So it's telling us that the hood is open. Well, let's go ahead and unlatch this top. We'll go right here. That unclips there. That unclips there. And that unclips there. Now I am going to momentarily kind of pause the vehicle because obviously it takes both hands to grab this. But you can see what I'm doing here. This does clip in right here, and it's going to be able to secure the top for us. For that to happen, we do want to have everything kind of out of the way so it has a nice amount of clearance. While we're here, might as well take a peek at the engine. But the good news is, because the engine's in the back, we do have a front, so we do have additional storage space in the front of the vehicle. So we can just go ahead and put this box right here. And you do have a cargo net, a couple other little compartments. Looks like you got your owner's manual right there. Does have a safety release just in case somebody gets trapped in the front, as well as an outlet and a light. I'm going to temporarily pause this and we'll fade forward to it being in the trunk. And as you can see there, this just kind of fits nice and snugly here. And you got two little clips here. They go in there, so you just pop them in here, pop them in there, and that locks in the top for the vehicle, so you can have a kind of a more open air feel. Go ahead and lock that. That is soft closing, so it kind of just sucks itself in. That definitely changes the look of the car by quite a bit. A little 360 on. Put the top down. Oh, exhaust tone. Definitely a great sounding vehicle. It's kind of nice that they also put Corvette 70, so it kind of gives you the 1953 to the 23 little Easter egg there. Popping back into the vehicle. You will notice that the vehicle does have the blind spot monitoring system, as well as power folding mirrors. Let's see here. This is kind of cool. So the Z button. So this button right here kind of changes the whole feel of the car. Notice I press it again. Not only will it change the layout and the way the vehicle actually feels as far as the steering, the engine, the brake feel, the engine noise, it does have an active valve exhaust system. So when you hit that, it's going to change the tone of the exhaust itself. Give you a couple revs here now that the vehicle is warmed up. As you can see, we are in normal mode. We hit the accelerator and take it about right under 3,000 RPMs. It's loud, but it's fairly quiet. As opposed to going ahead and hitting the Z button, you can already feel a lower tone, and we'll do the same thing. And I can even tell you the throttle response has even become a little faster. And as you can kind of go back here, has a more throttle, more louder tone to the exhaust, which is always fun. Alright, let's go ahead and take this around the block. Safety first, obviously always put your seatbelt on. In order to put this vehicle in drive, again, it's this system right here where you just kind of pull it, and that's going to put the vehicle into drive mode. You do have a manual option, so if you click on that, it is going to turn it into a manual car. As you can see, automatic, manual, and for the manual aspects of it, you do have these paddle shifts, which are very, very responsive. And obviously you can downshift this one right to upshift. Now if you accidentally hit that for whatever reason, you can always pull it back up on the drive as you drive, and it's going to go right back to regular automatic. In order to put it in park, you just press the park button. That's going to go right back into park. If you ever want to access the camera modes, that's going to be right there. Traction control off, obviously right here. Other nice thing that they did was you don't have to rely on the infotainment system to access like the climate controls. As you can see, they're all right here. It is dual climate control, so for the passenger side it's going to be in the bottom, for the driver's side on the top. So I can actually control my temperature right through this little knob here, increase the wind speed, or the fan speed I should say, which direction the wind blows, whether I want my heated seat or cooled seat. So it is kind of nice that they just made those buttons like right there for you, so that you don't have to mess around in the infotainment screen itself to access those profiles. You do have PDR, so this is kind of like a almost like having a GoPro built into the vehicle if you ever actually want to do any recordings, and obviously that That's going to go right into that SD card that we talked about earlier. Going back to the home screen here. You can still access the climate control systems via the infotainment, but again, you do have physical buttons. You don't necessarily have to if you didn't want to. You have your standard application systems through GM. That's kind of standard on all vehicles, so we'll save some time there. Obviously, audio system. Being a Bose Professional Series, great sound system. Obviously, you can hook up your phone. Does have satellite radio. Just go to FM. Do a direct tune, so 95.5. Audio controls are going to be right there, as well as on the steering wheel. But let's go ahead and take this for a quick drive around the block. We'll go ahead and put it in drive. Kind of try to give you the best POV position on the camera. That actual camera on the rear view mirror, I gotta say, is very, very helpful. Let's go ahead and take it about. You also do have a heads-up display. Maybe you can get the angle there, and it is still in Z mode, so it's kind of low throttle-y right now. But if we hit it back to that, that's going to drive in more of a touring mode. And you can just see the characteristics of it changing there. Very responsive. The handling is just absolutely superb on this car. Definitely getting a lot of bang for the buck. Beautiful interior. Hopefully traffic's not too terrible today here. Both these windows are going to be automatic, so you just got to hit them once and they automatically come up without having to obviously hit them again. Same thing to lower them down. You do have memory seating as well as easy exit on this too, so as soon as you turn off the car and open the door, it's going to the seat's going to slide back to make it a little bit easier for you to slide out of it. I should also say there is a couple different modes too here with this little turn dial. So if you turn those down, you can actually go back into a couple different, like for example, that's track mode. Obviously that just changed the whole layout of the vehicle. And looks like we got a small little gap here, so we'll use this opportunity to go ahead and move on forward. And we're not going very far here, so we're going to turn right back in. And we'll pull right back into the dealership here. Turn signals. We'll pull right up front. Again, so in this situation, for example, let's just say I didn't know how close I was to that curb. You can always hit this front camera button. And the nice thing about it is that we can literally see exactly where that front splitter is, so you never have to scrape that front splitter. As you can see, that's extremely helpful. Go ahead and put it back in park. And I should mention, to open the door, you do have a little button here, but you also have a manual release if you ever needed it there. Let's go ahead and just kind of do one last walk around on the car. Definitely a beautiful ride. Hopefully this video helps you out a little bit as far as knowing the condition of the vehicle. And hopefully you learned something new about the Corvette that maybe you didn't already know before. But thank you for watching, and I hope you have an excellent rest of your day.